Well, here we are again. One of the main things that I wanted to come on here today and talk to you guys about is our next up Gauntlet competition, because I put a lot of creativity into this competition. I really don't think I've been able to really fully open up and tell you guys why the next up Gauntlet. What is this about? What does it mean to me? What does it mean for next up in the brand? So the story behind the Gauntlet, okay, so back in 2020, I got a DM by Cash Cow, which huge shout out to Cash Cow. They've grown so much since we did this. They wanted to do this competition where Cash Cow would take 16 artists, next up would take 16 artists. We would put them head to head. We would do voting on the stories. I wasn't even familiar with that type of tournament or competition. I was all in. I wanted it to be so dope, and it was. Shout out to NXG who took that dub for next up. Sorry Cash Cow, but you know what I'm saying, gang.
Cash Cow, y'all niggas the best. Next up, y'all niggas also the best. You know what it is. Next up, really a gang now, family. You know, shout out MO.
So after we did that tournament with Cash Cow, I began thinking this was dope, but how can we bring a competition like this and present it on a live stream? And I'm gonna be honest, I thought about it for that entire year. I wanted to do it, yes, but I didn't know how we could do it and it would work and it would be interesting and it would be something of great significance and it would mean something. There's this river trail where I live at that I would go and walk. That was literally my safe zone. That was a place that I was able to just kind of get away from everything. You know, I feel like every single one of you guys, if you don't have something like that in your life, you talk about finding inspiration, talk about finding creativity, find that safe zone where you really are able to just be one with yourself. And I remember I was on a walk one day and it just hit me out of nowhere, the idea of how this could work and how we could put together a spectacle and how we could build it into something great. I remember that day I went and called 4 or 5 homies and I had to tell them about this idea, because in my head, the way that I saw this being able to play out and work was just so different and something that I didn't see anybody else doing. So we go in year one, shot some really cool videos. The inner wrestling kid out of me coming out through those videos. I just had such a vision for this thing, man. And year one, we went in there. Shout out Prod J, shout out AQ, July, Rick 48, the boys. We got a cast of judges. We went on a live stream. We built it like promo fights, right? So all the artists had their own videos telling the people who they are, expressing their creativity through the videos, and then have the matchup. And the chat was involved with the scoring as well. And so the first next up Gauntlet ended. Ivy Poco was our champion, and it was a lot of fun. It inspired me. It started a fire in me as far as what I wanted this to be. I wanted to make it special, a yearly event. Who is going to be that artist that's able to be the champion throughout the entire year? But that leads into year two, the 2022 Next Up Gauntlet. Now this year, we took a huge risk going from 32 artists to 64, completely doubling. Gosh, year two was literally everything that I wanted year one to be. Year one was dope. You know, like I said in the video, we presented an idea that was dope, that was cool. Year two, we executed that idea. Year two, we did something fire with it, you know, and shout out to Zach Donner, who ended up walking away as champion. But I was like, how can we top this? You know, how can we put on a 2023 Next Up Gauntlet and it not feel like the 2022 Next Up Gauntlet? How can we do something different? How can we reinvent this again and make it fresh for the people? And then it hit me. And if you haven't peeped the video, we're obviously going with a full-on casino theme this year. You know, who's gonna win the jackpot? In previous years, artists was able to lock in and strategize their submissions for each round. This year, they get to strategize the first round. After that, we use a randomizer wheel, which randomly selects their song to be played. So it's literally the most unpredictable that it has ever been. This is the first time I've actually made this announcement at all. We're debuting the announcement right now. There's going to be 3 judges this year. 3 judges who are going to be on every single stream. But there is going to be a 4th judge, and it's going to be a surprise judge every single stream. 2023 Next Up Gauntlet is going to be so different, so unique from any of the previous years. The content that stems from these streams that is going to be posted on this channel is going to be one of a kind too. All I'm going to say is get excited, be ready for what we're about to put on this year. I just want to thank all of you guys for supporting this vision, because none of this is even possible without you. None of this is even possible without the artists, without the people that support the vision, that watch these streams. This year is going to be bigger. This year is going to be better. This year is going to be more intense, more entertaining. As of right now, we still have spots open. You guys check the link down below in the description if you want to submit, or hit me up on IG if you have any questions or anything. The streams will take place throughout the entire month of May. All I'm going to say is expect the unexpected. Thank you guys for watching today, and get ready for this gauntlet, man.